Alright folks, I am here, I am alive, do exist. And as you can see, and have seen for the last few minutes, wet quali to open up round 2 of the PlayStation Pacific Series Tier 2 Championship. Coming to you from soggy China. As we're watching Banana Cake Pie. 2/10 adrift of the top time set by last week's winner, Chronic Saint, in the Mercedes. Currently holds the provisional top spot with a 1:44.2. Can they keep it on the black stuff? Hello to everyone joining us for the coverage. Great to have you with us wherever you're tuning in from. Let's see, we've already got Bags Liddell, Broke B, joining us in the comments. Remember, if you're new to this or watching and want to get involved, feel free to chuck a comment in. We welcome everybody. We want to hear from all of you. Ooh, a little bit out of shape, the Alpine. Benny McFive has been disqualified from the session already, unfortunately, so his day's done. As we keep an eye on the Lunacy, Aston Martins currently hold the 5th row of the grid in 9th and 10th, separated by a mere 200. Kick Butt Kiwi now goes to the top in the Alpha Tauri. 12th last week in the Alpha Tauri. Still we ride with the Lunacy in 9th. Getting it all out of shape there. And into the pits, just to disappoint us. Better check the tyre situation, that might give us a better idea. A few of them going for plenty of laps there. We'll quickly move up to NZ. Andre in the other Alpha Tauri, he's just coming round to just negotiate the final sector. Purple's the middle, this could be a good lap. Can he join his teammate on the provisional front row? Hold it together through the long right-hander there. Onto the back straight. Lucky turn 13 in the final corner before the back straight. Before approaching the, I think that's the slowest corner on the track, turn 14. Between that and turn 1, I think turn 2 might just have it. Cross the line, just misses out. Shandy in it. Chronic Saint manages to maintain his spot, splitting the Alpha Tauris. From the teammate of the Kick Butt Kiwi to the Crazy Kiwi in the Red Bull in 6th. See what this guy can do, and then not far behind him we might check in with the Chubosaurus Rex. Doesn't appear that this rain's about to let up anytime soon. Yellow flag in Sector 1 might have been just Chronic Saint coming out of the pits and jumping out of the way of someone, I think. Doing the courteous thing, or it could have been Aussie Blake as well. Down to the hairpin, Crazy Kiwi. 7/10 adrift of the fastest time currently. Final corner to negotiate, does not. Gives up on that one. We head down to Chubosaurus Rex in the Alfa Romeo. He's making his way around turn 13 onto the long back straight. Lines up the hairpin, hard on the brakes. You can use plenty of curb. Oh, struggling to keep the rear end glued to the tarmac on exit of 14. Foot to the floor now, all the way to the start-finish line. Finds himself 3/10 adrift and heading the third row as of now. Chubosaurus Rex, not a bad time, that one. Banana Cake Pie is back at it once more. In the lead, Alpine. Over the start-finish line for Banana Cake Pie. Fails to improve on his current best lap of a 1:44.4. Closer to a 44.5. Might check in with Aussie Blake on a pretty quick lap at the moment. He's down there negotiating sector 2 through the long left-hander at turn 7. That just shortens up a fraction into a long turn in its own right, turn 8. And then double left-hander 9 and 10s for this short section of straight. Into a little... Oh, and Chubosaurus Rex has gone to the top. In the meantime, the Alfa Romeo driver with a near 1:44 flat. We lost a car down there at the end of the lap. Yeah, it's Blank Uno. He's spun it coming out of 14. Gathers it up, keeps going. We're back to Aussie Blake, who's just approaching the scene of the spin. Goes through. He's currently 1 whole second adrift of that best time set by Chubosaurus Rex. Can he improve? He does. Goes up to 6th. 0.27 adrift. That's all that separates first to 6th. Chronic Saint sneaks into the top now. That gap widens. Last week's winner posts a 1:43.766. Kick butt Kiwis out there and flying as well. Maybe not quite fast enough. I think as it stands though, this time... will it be good enough for second? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this last sector's gone. We're about to find out as he approaches the start-finish line and does not improve. Time running out in the session. Here's his teammate, NZ Andre. No, he's just starting a lap. He's just finished sector 1. AlphaTauri driver rounds out turns 9 and 10 to complete sector 2. Can't quite see how long left in the session with all these yellow flags coming out. There's the clock on screen, 3 minutes 30, but that's going to be about 3 minutes 30 off, I'm thinking. As drivers crossing the finish line, now you can see the checkered flags coming up next to their names. That means they are done for the session. This man still has 2 corners to go. The one on screen, NZ Andre. Final corner. Can he make an impression on these lead few? It's looking pretty quick. NZ Andre over the line. Just short. Second. It should be good enough for a front row start. Now we'll just check in with his teammate who's going around once more. The last man on track to complete a flying lap won't do so. Heads back into the pits. And that should be qualifying done and dusted. So, Chronic Saint backing up last week's emphatic win with a pole position in China. In wet conditions, no less. Good effort. NZ Andre there in second, putting that lap in right at the death. As the rain continues to tumble in Shanghai. So there's your results on screen. I'm not sure what the weather forecast is for race day. We won't have to wait too long to find out. As mentioned, Chronic Saint from NZ Andre, Chubasaurus Rex held the top spot for a good portion of time before being usurped. Banana Josh in 4th, Kick Butt Kiwi 5th, Buster rounding out the 3rd row of the grid. So we will take a very quick break. Please don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this. Alright, welcome back to the Chinese Grand Prix PlayStation Pacific Series Tier 2 Championship. The wet qualifying session has been completed. It's all been done and dusted as far as quali times are concerned. And now it's time for the race. Chronic Saint, there, as I mentioned, last week's winner. On pole, looking to go back to back. But he's got 19 other drivers behind him looking to get their first win of the season. Who will emerge from the smog of China? A depressingly typical sight in Shanghai. I think there was there not a year in F1 they had to cancel a practice session or quali perhaps because of just too much smog. There was nowhere for the helicopter to go should there have been an accident. But we'll dwell on the past another time. To the present, and the 28 lap Chinese Grand Prix is almost underway. 5 lights go out and we get going in Shanghai. That looks like a pretty good start from NZ Andre. He's going to take the lead into the inside, is he? Chronic Saint will have something to say about it on the outside, but can't keep up. NZ Andre leads from Chronic Saint. Banana Josh in third, dueling there with Chubosaurus Rex, who drops a position. Now tries to snatch it back from the Haas driver. There's plenty of them jockeying for position back here. Look at the tri-kid in the slipstream there of Kick Butt Kiwi. Goes up the inside. Steals an early spot and a move being made by RS Spitty just behind as well. Action stations early. Spitty side by side with Kick Butt Kiwi. Who's going to come out on top in this one? To the double left-hander, I think Kick Butt Kiwi gets out of it there, does he? Does not, and he spins! That's going to cost him! Oh, facing the wrong way in traffic. I think he might have been better served in hindsight, keeping his powder dry and staying out of that one. Ancient history now. He's got a hell of a lot of work to do from down there. Prezzo finds himself down the bottom there as well. Bring up the interval gaps. There's the position changes. So 5 spots down for Prezzo himself. Here's Banana Josh moving up into second place. Another place gained at the expense of poleman Chronic Saint. Lap 1 complete. It's NZ Andre from Banana Josh, Chronic Saint, Chubosaurus Rex there, Tri-Kid with his mirrors full of that Red Bull of RS Spitty, but keeps him out for now. But it didn't last. RS Spitty takes 5th position. Plenty of moves going on. That's 8 positions up for RS Spitty. Boy, is he on the move. He's looking to take another one here from Chubosaurus Rex. No time to catch your breath with this guy on screen. Up, up, up and away. The Red Bull soaring through the field like a hot knife through butter. Unbelievable start. We'll check the tyre situation there. Well, just on the softs, like the 2 cars behind him, but just pace to burn at the moment. And you'd think Chronic Saint on the harder compound tyres should be the next victim in a matter of moments, although it looks like he's going to have to keep one eye in the mirrors there. Chubosaurus Rex not done with him yet. Here he is, right in the slipstream of that Red Bull. No DRS yet. Pretty evenly matched for pace as they fly down to the turn 14. Hairpin up the inside goes the Alfa Romeo. Steals that spot that McLaren almost stuck his nose in there where it wasn't wanted. Keeps his front wing together for now. Here they go. You don't too often see cars trying to go side by side through turn 15. It just doesn't work. And Chubosaurus Rex, as a result, has got a bad run out of the final corner. That's going to cost him into turn 1. The McLaren goes through. Switch back from Chubosaurus Rex into 2, but that'll give Tri-Kid the inside line. But he couldn't stay up alongside the Alfa Romeo. Punts him in the back. Gets intimate with the Alfa Romeo gearbox. And these two are not done yet. Side by side, dueling all over the place, down to 5. Switch back once more. This is quite the battle. Oh, don't go anywhere. These two aren't done with each other yet. Tri-Kid now holds 5th. RS Spitty unable yet to close in on Chronic Saint. And that hairpin down there in Sector 1, turn 6, my apologies, not turn 5. I just forget that dinky little right-hander that's barely a corner. And here we go once more. Strap yourself in. The duel continues on lap 3. Again, pretty evenly matched for pace. Maybe the McLaren has the advantage there. Amazingly, these two are continuing their duel for the entirety of lap 3 and managing to keep up with RS Spitty ahead. Just pulling each other along. We have a DRS train forming already. So Andre continues to lead Chinese Grand Prix on lap 4. Banana Josh second. Chronic Saint holding fort there in third. Doing what he needs to keep RS Spitty out for now. A little bit of a three-way duel forming for 9th down there. Try and keep one eye on that. Crazy Kiwi from Banana Cake Pie and Black Moon. Oh, and Try Kid gets a penalty. Second of the day. That'll be 3 seconds worth. I think Drow's was 5 seconds. It is down there in 16. Try Kid just working a tad too hard to defend that position. And that DRS of his own should keep him safe for now. From Chubasaurus Rex, slotting firmly into his slipstream. Now, just up the road, RS Spitty, as close as ever, behind the McLaren of Chronic Saint. In fact, he pulls out now. He'll get this done into turn 1. Can Chronic Saint do anything about it as they make their way around to turn 2? Doesn't look likely. So it's now AlphaTauri, Haas, Red Bull, Mercedes, McLaren, Alfa Romeo, Aston Martin. 7 different constructors in the top 7. Who's it going to be at the end of lap 28? Plenty of time to go. Just down the start-finish straight, Aussie Blake and Drow go at it. Aussie Blake passes on the outside of the Alfa Romeo. Into 16. Oh, who was that? Was that Banana Josh spinning off? We just go back to the lead and we just saw the back end of a Haas flinging round at turn 13. Unlucky for some, including Banana Josh, who plummets down to 11th. Drops off the back of one AlphaTauri and finds himself just ahead of the other. Ah, that's a shame for the Haas driver. Was gunning along pretty nicely on those mediums, but they got the best of him in the end. Oh, there's another car off up ahead. It's Banana Cake Pie facing the wrong way out of the final corner there. Almost did a Alex Albon, but kept it out of the fence. Lives to fight another day. Now RS Spitty in the meantime, he's jumped into the pits, taken on a fresh set of soft tyres. That's put him back out into the race in 15th. Chronic Saint promoted to 2nd. See how he makes those hards work. You can certainly send them a long way before chucking on a set of softs for the final stint called the Pacific Open Race on Sunday night, won by Ferrari driver Wee92. He took soft tyres at the beginning for a short stint, finished off on the medium, although he did say after the race his tyres were pretty shot. But he was lucky. He had it pretty easy out in front. Wasn't bothered too much by any other driver. as we look at Buster and Tri-Kid going at it for 4th place. So NZ Andre out there on the softs in the lead. Not exactly scooting off down the road like you would have assumed he would have on softs compared to the hard tyres of the man behind him, Chronic Saint. 4th last week for NZ Andre. Eyeing off that top spot here in round 2 at China. So Buster still stuck right on the gearbox of that McLaren. Not going to let him out of his sight. And just up the road here in 3rd, Chubasaurus Rex. Just closing inch by inch. Now Banana Josh made his way back up to 7th there. So a few guys have jumped into the pits. Interestingly, that puts Ron Burgundy and Prezzo in 18th and 19th on pretty much the same bit of track. Those two got pretty intimate with each other last week. We saw round 1 and 2. How's round 3 going to play out this week? Might have to check in on those two soon. Prezzo just 1 second behind. Buster and Tri-Kid at it again. Buster wants that 4th spot back and takes it into the hairpin at 14. Oh, and Chronic Saints gone into the lead with NZ Andre coming into the pits. Chubasaurus trying to take it off him. In comes the AlphaTauri driver. Clearly his softs have had enough. He goes the hards on the way out, so he's probably going to try and go to the end from there. We got a yellow flag in Sector 3. I think it's Manan in the final of the 20 spots. Gets going once more. Oh, and Ron Burgundy goes round out of the hairpin. That's going to open the door for his mate, the Prezzo. Prezzo goes through. Ron Burgundy gathers it up and gets going once more. We're just starting to see a few spins now. Drivers struggling to keep their cars pinned to the ground. While it all goes on around him, this man, Chronic Saint, just quietly goes about his business. Got past a few times, now finds himself back on the top spot. But he's got to watch out for Chubasaurus Rex there, leaving about in his mirrors. Doesn't look too phased. There's another one off down there. Is it Blank? Who is it? I think it's Prezzo now. So Ron Burgundy spun, allowing Prezzo through the door. And Prezzo throws him a pity party and lets him back. Go back to those two later. Meanwhile, back up front. Top 3. All in the one shot there. Chronic Saint from Chubasaurus Rex and Buster. Lunacy 4th. Banana Josh 5th. Black Moon right on his tail. But speaking of right on his tail, Chubasaurus Rex, the hunter becomes the hunted. All of a sudden, I think those soft tyres are dropping off the cliff. They just might be done. Don't go too far on this circuit, it seems. And he's not going to get DRS on Chronic Saint here. I think that's about to cost him. I got another person off. Is it Kickbutt? No, it's NZ Andre, I think, spinning this time. That's through 8. Just come into the pits for a set of hards. And they have not served him well, as Chubasaurus Rex gets demoted to 3rd, as we expected. Buster moves up to second. Well, where did Buster start? He was down in 6th. He finds himself up in second now. There's the pit stop situation. RS Spitty, the highest of the cars that have stopped. Lap 10 of 28, Chinese Grand Prix. You're tuned in to the PlayStation Pacific Tier 2 series. Coming to you live from China. No, he was on the softs. He's the second last of the soft runners. And he's come in to get rid of him. That would pretty much leave Chubasaurus, the last of the runners that started on the soft tyre. Another yellow flag in Sector 3. Is it... Who we lost? Is it... Oh, I can't find the car. Oh, it's Prezzo. He's DNF'd. Prezzo has departed the scene. So we don't quite get round 3 between Prezzo and Ron Burgundy. Maybe next week. Meanwhile, maybe. Up front, Chronic and Buster still going at it for the lead of the race. Joining me now in commentary is the main man, Mass. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, Mass, wherever you are.
Good evening. How you going?
Oh, not too bad. We've had a very busy first 10 laps here in China. I mean, plenty of position changes, and with a few of the tyres just starting to wear out, and some guys jumping in on those and to take on a fresh set of ice-cold hard tyres. We're seeing spins galore at the moment. And Prezzo being the last of them, just as you joined us. I think he lunched it coming out of the final corner to give us our first retirement.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so, damn. We thought we were going to see Prezzo versus Ron Burgundy round 3. They were on the same piece of tarmac. Ron spun first, letting Prezzo through. Then Prezzo spun, letting Ron through. And then Prezzo spun again. R.I.P.
I heard apparently there was rain coming.
Oh, well, wouldn't that just spice it up? These guys are having enough trouble trying to keep the 4 tyres on the tarmac as it is. A bit of rain will really spice it up.
Yeah, we'll just check the chat before it's joined in. But, it's all happening in qualifying, really, for the whole set.
Chronic Saint was the pole man, and he's done it on the hard tyre. He started the race on the hards. We've got another yellow flag in Sector 3. Just briefly, it's Manan. He's coming to the pits and retired. So we'll go back out to the lead. Chronic Saint started on the hards after taking pole. Just try and get the position changes up on screen. Second was NZ. No, who was second? Fresh my memory, people, because mine is terrible. Normally I write these down, see, right after quali, but I don't have time to today.
Yeah, look at Black Moon started second.
Black Moon was 9.
Sorry, 9. Sorry, I'm looking. What am I looking at? Oh, Andre started
so
second.
it was NZ Andre. Yeah, okay, I'm counting him down from pole and not second. Yeah, NZ Andre was second. Chubasaurus Rex started third. He had the provisional pole time right up towards the end of the session and then lost it to those two right near the end. It was pretty close in the time. I think it was a couple of tenths from first to 6th. We see Buster here in second, trying his best to close in on Chronic, saying he's about to take the lead up the inside into the hairpin. Don't think Chronic's going to fight it too hard on those harder tyres. And we have an Aston Martin in the lead. So the top 6 runners, all bar Chronic Saint, on the medium tyres.
As those in the pit?
Lunacy jumps in. Looks like the sun's starting to come out. It was a smog fest on lap 1. Tad overcast, but actually got some sunlight out there in Shanghai at the moment. So Lunacy departs the pits. He'll come out in 12th. His teammate still leads from Chronic Saint. This will be interesting. He hasn't exactly pulled away from the Mercedes on this lap. That'll give Chronic Saint the benefit of DRS coming out of 13 onto the back straight. And I think he just might be close enough to be able to pull off a move here. Let's have a look. Closes in now.
How on earth has Speedy done almost 13 laps out of the soft tyres?
He should have stopped. He stopped early, I think. I think his tyres are only 6 laps old. Chronic Saint fails to get the move done.
Oh, sorry, yes. You're right, yeah. Wasn't it here?
Yeah, there was a whole bunch down there lower in the field that stopped pretty early. They weren't keen to take on... Oh, and Buster's in the pits. Buster, second of the Astons, jumps in. Yeah, quite a few jumped in early, weren't keen to leave those softs on for too long. They are deteriorating fairly quick. Only a couple of them took them out to 8 laps.
It's looking good for Chronic Saints at the moment, because once he's going to go on that meme, he's going to be flying against Buster in the end.
Yeah, or will he consider going long enough to take on the soft? Is that a possibility?
Yes, as well, actually, if you really want to.
See how keen he is. Like I mentioned earlier in the call, I watched called the Pacific Open race a couple of nights ago. The winner, we've got another yellow flag, I think. Who's that? It's RS Spitty down there. He's just taken on the medium tyres and promptly runs them off the track. The driver's struggling on fresh tyres at the moment, especially those harder 2 compounds, especially the hard one. We saw a lot of spins, a few spins from some guys coming out of the pits on the hards. Yeah, I called the Pacific Open race a couple of nights ago. The winner there, he did about, I think, 8 laps on the soft to start off with, and then finished the race on the medium. He did say after his tyres were quite shot, but he got the benefit of an easy race. No one was harassing him at any stage, so he had a pretty cruisy run and was able to look after the mediums fairly well, but might have done it differently in hindsight. So maybe Chronic Saint will take those hards to within lap 20 and try and go to the soft. So we see RS Spitty on screen dueling with Drow, goes past 15.
As keep up queuing crazy Kiwis in the pit.
So 2 more jump in for tyres. There goes Crazy Kiwi on his way out.
Oh geez, check on between Tri-Kid and Banana Cake, having a ding-dong battle. Oh, nice crisscross.
We go down to the McLaren and the Alpine, going side by side at it now through turn 5, down to 6. The McLaren will hold it. He's been very busy in the overtake department, Tri-Kid.
As Bus still on the pressure on Race. You need to really get a move on, to be honest, if you want to make this strategy work.
And that's what's been dangerous. These guys on the hard, straight out of the pits, trying to get a move on, and then it all goes awry. Can he keep it stuck on the road? We've got an Alpine there getting it passed around the outside by the Lunacy on the fresh hards. So Banana Cake Pie gets demoted to 9th.
As Blackman pressuring on Josh. Got plenty of Earths to spend, while Josh has a very limit of Earths to use.
Does he use it all now, or does he save it for the back end of the lap? So DRS to keep him there.
Still saving as his teammate Benny's going to the pit.
So Benny started on the hard tyres. He's decided he's had enough of those, and one would assume he's going to grab the medium, take him home.
As Lucy's on Tri-Kid now.
Yes, there's a couple of busy Aston Martins down there in 5th and 7th, caught up in battles of their own. The Lunacy right on the tail of Tri-Kid now. He's going to get close enough to try something into 6th. He has a look, decides against it. Didn't want to do the Daniel Ricciardo. Click the stamp and send it. Tucks back in, waits for another chance.
That was a very good overtake that day.
Hell, was it what? One of the great overtakes. Poor old Valtteri.
Yeah. You know, he was going to win that race if it wasn't that safety car actually, man.
Yeah, it all went against him.
Oh, Lucy, really?
That was close stuff, but keeps him out, does the McLaren driver. But that'll give the Lunacy a pretty decent run down the back straight here. Will he get close enough? McLaren weaving, trying to cut the toe. But with DRS, the Lunacy closes in. He's going to be forced to the outside. Not close enough. McLaren takes the line back and says, I'll keep 6th for now.
And Buster still haven't got nowhere near Rex. Very, I'll be very right at the moment.
As we take a quick look up ahead to Black.
Oh, Lucy's up. Oh, sorry to bother you, but Lucy, he's got Tri-Kid.
He's doing it. He's up the inside. Oh, Tri-Kid makes a bit of a late lunge into 2. Hang on. The Lunacy's aware of it. Oh, and we got virtual safety car. Who had the spot? Tri-Kid, I think. No, Lunacy goes. Okay, Tri-Kid.
Spitty retired. Something happened to Spitty.
So what has happened to Spitty there? Maybe Ron Burgundy can... Was it coming into the pits or on the final corner? We've already seen Banana Cake Pie go round on the final corner.
I don't see him anywhere.
No, they took him off. It was either in the pits or on the last corner. It might have gone very wide. Who knows?
No. Oh, it would have been the pit because Eric Peterson might have been the exit of the last corner. Maybe have hit the curb and hit the wall. Maybe.
Either way, we get green flags and racing once more. And the 2 Aston Martins look to pick up where they left off. We've got Buster closing in on Chubosaurus Rex. I don't think he's going to get close enough. Behind, the Tri-Kid keeps the Lunacy at bay. So lap 18 of 28. 10 and a bit to go as Tri-Kid comes into the pits. He's going to get rid of those hards. Is he going to crack at the softs from here? I think that might be a bit of a stretch.
No, it's too early for soft. Probably lap 20, 21 be perfect. Oh no, he's serving the drive-through. He didn't change the tyres.
Oh, penalty, okay. So that explains. I thought it was odd to only go 8 laps on the hard, but I don't question their strategies too much. Oh, Spitty's let us know that he crashed into Benny going into the pits. Oh, controversy. Yes, Benny had just come in. Got himself a set of mediums.
That's very unfortunate. As Buster's still on the pressure on Rex at the moment, as his teammate Lucy is catching up very rapidly at this moment. As Black Moon's on the move on Josh.
Closing in, here we go. We go to Black Moon on the outside. Banana Josh gets it done well before the corner, thanks to DRS. And takes second spot in the Ferrari. Those two on the similar strategy at the moment, both on the 17 lap old mediums. So
as Josh is back on Black Moon once again.
Back through. Says, I'll have that back, thank you very much. So Top three yet to stop. Chubosaurus Rex in fourth, the lead runner of those that have served a pit stop.
I'm surprised that they still haven't pit Josh and Black Moon.
Yeah, and Chronic Sane as well in the lead.
I expect Chronic with the height of the mediums. I'm surprised it's still lasting almost, pretty much, we're going to the almost 20th lap right now.
Yes, I wonder if Chronic Saint is going to look for a late charge on the softs. Could be entertaining if he does.
As we see two Kiwi battle between 7th and 8th. As Andre first keep up Kiwi.
We head across the Tasman and to the Alpha Tauri inter-team battle between the two Kiwis, NZ Andre and Kickbutt Kiwi. Very close at it.
Also, Crazy Kiwis in the fight as well, so we might have a trio of Kiwis on the go. As Chronica's in the pit.
Chronic finally pits. Keep an eye on what tyres he takes on. It's going to be, we keep an eye on the Kiwi battle as Kickbutt Kiwi defends vigorously. Seventh, Kickbutt Kiwi. 8th, NZ Andre. Crazy Kiwi in 9th. Right there, look at this train of New Zealanders flying down the start-finish straight. So Chronic did take on the softs.
Ooh.
Those tyres are going to be cooked come the last lap.
He's got to use it for the next 3 laps, really.
He needs to make the most of them now, and he finds himself, the man he would need to pass would be Chubosaurus Rex, and he finds himself, how far behind is he? About 5 seconds, 6 seconds behind Chubosaurus Rex. We've got a yellow flag, I think it's Banana Cake Pie.
Oh, Banana Cake.
Just coming out of turn 4.
As Black Moon took the soft as well. Oh, as Kiwi's on the move on Andre.
Oh, look how close Andre tries to get as close as he can back under brakes after losing 7th. Front wing tucked right under the gearbox of Crazy Kiwi. And NZ Andre is going to be a sitting duck for Black Moon on those fresh softs now. Should be a pretty easy pass.
Should be.
Doesn't have the top end speed, but gets it under brakes.
No,
can't hang on. NZ Andre sticks it around the outside, hangs on to 8th place.
I'm a bit surprised by that. He should have extra grip by the brake in the exit, but he didn't.
He played it a bit too
going
cautious.
for round 2. No, he's going. No, he's not going. No, that is very odd, to be honest.
Just drives a very defensive line through 1 and 2 there, NZ Andre.
As Chronic is already on Lucy.
Still watching Black Moon now. He's on the outside going into 6th. He repeats the dose that he received from NZ Andre and goes round the outside at the hairpin, takes 8th spot. Now we move up to Chronic Saint on those fresh softs, out after the lunacy on the 7-lap old hards. Mercedes tucks in behind the lunacy, tries to pick up the slipstream now. And with a little kick on from, or big kick on from DRS, just flies past the Aston Martin into turn 14. It's easy as you like. Oh, Nelvins loses it coming out of there. That allows the Aston.
What a save.
And still sets fastest lap of the race at 1:34.6. The Lunacy trying desperately to hang on. So Banana Josh out front, still yet to stop. How far is he going to take those mediums?
I'm amazed he's got 22 laps out of that tyres.
Yeah, I would think now would be the time to pit. Try and get the most out of a set of softs and go on the fly.
I'm surprised. I thought Race is going to pit as well, but I realised he pitted very late on his soft, on lap 11. So he's definitely going to try and make it the end of the race on those tyres.
So we watch Chronic Saint in fourth. Now he's got 1.8 seconds to make up to take the first of the podium positions, held by Buster in third.
As hot as Black moves on the hot heels on Kiwi, using all his earths.
Closes in, getting a bit of a DRS kick along, so does Crazy Kiwi, but won't be enough to keep Black Moon out. They get pretty close to kick butt. Kiwi up there in sixth, side by side into the hairpin. There's a little bit of rubbing of tyres on side pods there. Chronic Saint sets another fastest lap. And Banana Josh finally pits from first spot. On go the softs.
I think he left it a bit too late, Josh.
Yeah, probably wasn't getting absolute prime speed out of those tyres. Might have been just trying to hang on for a safety car in order to jump onto some mediums at some stage, but never came to fruition.
I understand, but if you're going to do that, I'll probably go in the hard, to be honest. Just keep going in that situation, but 22 laps on the medium, that is pretty impressive, to be honest.
Made him hang on well, comes out in ninth and has some work to do. If he can get on the back of Kiwi, I mean, he could be looking at a potential sixth spot here. No penalties to speak of. Here we watch Chronic Saints stalking in the background, closing in on Buster and Chubosaurus Rex. That Mercedes with a bit of speed to burn now. 5.5 laps to go. Aussie Blake down there in the last of the on-track runners in 17th. Sets the fastest lap, having just jumped in and taken on a set of softs.
As all Black moves on the move on Kiwi. Going around the outside, and he got it.
The Kiwi fights back and pushes the Ferrari out. Black Moon was ready to put another notch on his belt. Kick butt Kiwi had something to say about it.
As Josh is on Andre now,
very quickly. Straight out of the final corner. Had to pull out from behind the AlphaTauri immediately.
Oh, right the outside. What a move from Black Moon.
Black Moon as busy as ever. Finally takes that spot he would have felt was his.
That was a very good move from Black Moon. Also, Josh as well. Now he's going to try to get two from him, or maybe Black Moon.
Making his strategy work nicely. Started in ninth, now up to fifth.
Sorry to bother, but Rex is struggling. Because Boss is very close, and Chronicles as well.
Oh, indeed. Look at Buster there. The nose of that Aston Martin tucked right under the gearbox of the Alfa Romeo. Does Chronic Saint have a double overtake in him?
As Aussie Blake had a spin.
As we ride with Chronic Saint, watching the two cars ahead, Buster goes past easily. Oh, and the Mercedes so strong under brakes on those softs. He's going to think about going round the outside and almost gets his front wing chopped off by the Chubosaurus Rex. We've got a yellow flag and a safety car. What's happened?
Oh.
We've lost...
Oh, Lucy's in the pit.
It's Drow. Drow's binned it on the start-finish straight. Oh, and that's brought out a safety car.
Keep Up Kiwi's in the pit as well. Crazy Kiwi's in the pit.
Are they going to get timed?
Andre. Andrew
Get
in
time
pit.
to use these tyres in the
Kid.
pit. I suppose we've got no one really closing in behind them.
As Bernie's tyres stay out. But no will stay out. This is going to be interesting now.
Well, you can take all those positions, put them in the blender. They've just been thrown all over the place. Buster remains at the top. Chubosaurus Rex in second. Chronic Saint in third. But how many laps in anger will we get before the checkered flag? We're on lap 25 now.
We might see potentially probably 1 or 2 laps, really.
So that's going to be it. Need to hope these guys can get bunched up pretty quick. But there's still guys down the back there only just pitting now.
Yeah, Aussie Blake is worried. He's almost 3/4 of the way back, so we might just see actually 1 lap potentially.
Could be it.
But you never know. Tesco can change his mind and say let's do 2 laps instead. See how it goes.
We hope so. It's like Abu Dhabi all over again.
Bit of deja vu, really.
We'll quickly rush the lap cars through and try and get a lap in anger.
But the good position at the moment would be really Saint and Black Moon and Josh, especially Josh on the much fresher soft tyres.
I guess assuming that we get 2 laps in, will they have enough time if there's only 1?
Yeah. And the problem is with Rex and Buster, especially Buster, is that it takes a while to get that temperature on that hard tyres as well.
Yeah, as we've seen, as evidenced by, as I mentioned earlier, so many guys. Scenario 7 Corn says Ferrari F1 Ferrari Pro in the comments. Yeah, we saw so many guys spinning off on the fresh hards earlier in the race when the conditions were overcast. So yeah, hard to get those hards up to temp. You want to try and keep those as warm as you can behind the safety car. A few drivers feeling a bit uncomfortable now, not knowing what's going to happen upon the restart and knowing their mirrors are full of other cars.
Sorry, Bobby, but Josh went pit again to serve his penalty.
Oh, okay, so he had what was the 3 second?
No, it wasn't the 3 second.
5?
Because he contacted someone and got a 5-second penalty.
Oh dear, well that's all but ruined his race in the Haas. Josh, he'll come out in 13th. And we really want to hope we see that message come up very shortly that the safety car will be in this lap.
That's very. I think I should have. I would have stayed over if I was Josh. In that scenario, I'm not sure he's going to pass through because everyone is technically on the fresh tyres except for Banana Cake and Benny.
And good news, folks, safety car in this lap, so strap yourself in. You're about to get a fair bit of entertainment on the final 2 laps in anger of the Chinese Grand Prix. I hope you're enjoying it, because I reckon some of these guys aren't. They'll be sweating bullets inside the cockpit.
This is going to be insane.
Ho. There's going to be action aplenty on the restart.
Says Josh will move. I think Lucy has a good chance now of the podium, really.
So here we go. Buster working furiously trying to get heat into those hard tyres as he approaches the final corner and gets us underway once more. Chinese Grand Prix goes again. 2 laps to go. Who's in the pits? Aussie Blake jumping in as Chubosaurus Rex goes for the lead and takes it. First Alfa Romeo, Buster trying to stay close and do something about it. There's cars all over the place. The Lunacy in 4th there. Black Moon keeping his nose out of trouble, unlike his teammate Benny MC with the kick butt Kiwi right behind him. We ride with Chronic Saint in 2nd, closes in but gets past on the inside. We're not getting given the best view of it there. As we can see now, the 2 Aston Martins go side by side as they head into turn 7. Shortens up before turn 8.
Yeah, I was about to say Buster had a good restart, but on the exit he had a very poor exit, so that allowed Rex to come. Oh no, Rex! He come off!
Chubosaurus Rex all out of shape. The car jinking and weaving all over the place. That's his race ruined. He's out of it. Can't win from there. Back up front. Buster goes up to 3rd as a result. Oh, and Chubosaurus Rex right out of it. He's spun out going into the chicane back there. So Chronic Saint holds the lead, but only by a feather. There's nothing in it. Will the Lunacy go for the move into the hairpin? He goes against it. Stays out of it for now. Might get a better run out of the corner, but it's not going to set him up well for the final turn.
As Kiwi got Black Moon now, so it's game on. Kiwi getting on the podium. As Lucy's Dizzy Noises on the straight.
Here he goes, the Aston Martin driver down into turn 1. Takes top spot off Chronic Saint. It's a nice car to have in between you on those 7-lap-old softs. Final lap. The Lunacy from Chronic Saint. Kick butt Kiwi trying to keep Buster behind on those 13-lap-old hards. Doing a good job of it. Black Moon in 5th. Benny MC in 6th. Ferrari's 5th and 6th.
Yes. The question is now, is Kiwi's going to get Saints now? Because that fresher soft as well.
Does he have enough time? Only a handful of corners remaining in the Chinese Grand Prix.
Oh, he's very close.
He's very close indeed.
He's got a bit of earth play with, compared to Saints. Saints got very low ERS at the moment.
Yeah, 20% more ERS. He's got half a battery compared to the 30% left for Chronic Saint. And it's all looking pretty good for the Lunacy out front. Here goes the AlphaTauri driver. Lines up Chronic Saint, the previous pole sitter. Is he about to get demoted to 3rd? Absolutely. Does his best to keep him out, but there's not a lot he can do about it from there. Second place goes to Kick Butt Kiwi. It's all happening behind as well. Black Moon and Buster in 4th. Oh, there's cars all over the circuit. The Lunacy crosses the line, takes the victory. Kick Butt Kiwi 2nd. Chronic Saint 3rd.
Someone's blind.
No, that's alright. Black Moon just hangs on to 5th by 300ths. NZ Andre in 6th. Breadman Meekin turns up on the scene. Where did he start? He goes up from 12 spots to 7th. Breadman Meekin benefiting from that safety car. But one man who certainly did, the Lunacy in the Aston Martin, takes a victory.
Oh, that was a crazy last 2 lap.
Lunacy 10th last week in round 1, straight up the top spot for round 2.
Well, you turn after a fortune ran out few of the last lap, but Porsche couldn't, and now he took a win. And also good points as well for Ashimon as well, 1st and 4th.
Yeah, big haul of points from the constructors for the Aston Martins. Fantastic finish to the race. That safety car really mixed it up. And driver of the day goes to the Lunacy. So we'll bring those results up on screen as we see the podium celebrations. No rain eventuated in the end. Didn't need it for it to be an exciting race. It was just that safety car at the death.
Oh, what a crazy race. I feel so sorry for Rex though. What a bad timing to make mistakes as well.
Yeah, Chubosaurus Rex, it was like qualifying all over again. He was holding the top spot before getting pipped out. There we have the Lunacy, 12th place start on the grid. Grabs a win, an unlikely win. Kick Butt Kiwi, he was 5th into 2nd. The 2 stops really paid off. The 2nd stop at the end there. And Chronic Saint hanging on to 3rd. Just 1 stopping the whole way, sticking fast to that strategy. And I suppose he'll be pretty happy with that haul of points. Probably felt like he was in charge the whole way, but doesn't always work out like that. But he still has a 1st and a 3rd to his name after the first 2 rounds. So, Round 2 comes crashing to an end. That was quite the entertaining race. It was action stations from lap run right to the finish. Go to woe. And that'll just about do us, I reckon. How'd you see that one, Mass?
Oh, that was just absolute mayhem. The last 2 laps of the race.
Yeah, it looked like we were settling in for a fairly quiet finish, and then, yeah, that all went out the window with the safety car, but entertaining nonetheless. Well, I think that'll be about all from us. We'll leave everyone to it. We hope you join us next week for round 3 of the PlayStation Pacific Series, Tier 2 Championship. It's been a pleasure to have you in the comments and wherever you've tuned in from. On behalf of the main man, Mass, I'm Mike Wilson, and it's bye for now.
Goodbye, guys.